Hello, Legend Reed here. Welcome back to Destiny 2. And today, I am, for the first time in a very long while, back in the Lighthouse. Honest to God, I don't really know why I'm making this video. A part of me was not expecting the slightest bit to be going in Lighthouse. Long story short, I saw a post, we played trials, we went flawless. Here I am. I did not expect to come back here. I did not expect to make a video about this. But I also don't expect myself to be coming back here ever again, so I thought to myself, let's make a video. Capture as much of this as we can. Take it all in. Then probably say goodbye for it. But yeah. Welcome to the Lighthouse. God damn. I'm not gonna lie, this is beautiful as all fuck. I love this. Mercury always was one of my favorite locations in Destiny. Even in D1. I never went flawless or even... I got to play D1, but I got to play D1 a little bit after they shut down all the major stuff like Iron Banner and Trials and such. So I only really got to experience Mercury via the Crucible maps. And personally, they always were my favorites. They were really pretty. But yeah. Fucking hell. Yeah, I went flawless. I went flawless back in the first season when this stuff dropped. Back during, what, Season of the Worthy, was it? Yeah. I always think of it as Season of the Almighty, but it's Season of the Worthy. Apparently. Well, 2 for 2, I guess. Beautiful structures all around. Oh yeah, there's some loot down here that I just can't pick up, because apparently I can only hold 1 Trials memento at a time. And it gave me 2 Trials mementos. I have no idea what in the world I will be making with these mementos, but I have this now, and I'm so happy to say I will be using this soon. I just don't know on what. Hello, Saint. Hearing Saint's dialogue is so fun. Just wandering around and you just listen to him, see him talk. God. This really is something I'd never expected to do ever again. And I've gone to Trials before, mostly for fun, but Trials is such a difficulty, you know? It is basically the culmination of 2 people going to Trials. The ones are the tryhards that are actively trying to go flawless, and they will use any build that they can to get the win, to nab the kill, to cheat the game, to whatever. And then there's the people who are just like, oh, we're just gonna go to Trials. We're just gonna play elimination. Except this time we're going to have Saint 14's voice instead of Shax's voice telling us what to do.
Your fire team will be remembered.
And I'm sitting here just like, you know, I can't even be mad about that. That feels accurate. That's what I do sometimes. I do that a lot. As much as I want to say, oh, I want to go flawless, I've also lost interest in it. Just because over the years, flawless used to mean trying your best, and now it's also just kind of become using the scummiest of tactics, and I'm sitting there like, I really don't want to do that. I don't like the fact that I could very easily pull out a conditional finality and just start destroying everything in the Crucible. Because there are weapons that are super easy to use. And then there are weapons that take skill, but they are still just a level of easiness, to the point that if some noob gets their hands on these weapons, for some insane reason, they will just become God. A bad God, but still God nonetheless. And I just sit there and think to myself, like, that sucks. That kind of sucks. Anyone can do such amazing, horrifying things? Anyone? Okay, sure. Whatever makes them happy, I guess. And honestly, another reason why I was not expecting to make this video was because it is currently super late at fucking night. It is... Basically, if I could explain things, I had a long shift today, and I basically came home, died, woke up, and I was just like, well, it's late at night. I probably can't go back to bed anytime soon because my body clock's going to be all sorts of over the place. So let's see if we can just play some video games. I tried to do King's Fall and Crota's End this evening. I got nowhere. I got nowhere, and I got nowhere fast. Good lord. I went into a King's Fall match. We were on War Priest, and everyone was drunk. Everyone was drunk, and they were all just making jokes, clowning around, having fun. I said this, like, this is fun. This really is. But I kind of want to, like, do something. I don't want to continuously fail the same thing over and over again. Sure, we're having fun, but y'all are kind of strangers to me. Y'all are friends to each other. Y'all are strangers to me. So I sat there, was like, I'm just going to dip. Y'all have fun without me. I'm going to go do something that I find fun. It doesn't make me feel awkward for intruding upon y'all's, I don't know, teenage drunk night. And then I found some mates that wanted to do trials, and here I am. And this was amazing. Especially just staring into that sun again. I miss that especially. It sounds weird, but I know Mercury, when it released in Curse of Osiris, was a very dead, it was a very small location. And I don't blame anyone for liking it or not liking it. But I liked it just because it really was, to me, a brilliantly beautiful location because it was this close to the sun. It was simple, but it was beautiful with its art style. It's beautiful with what they did with the environment outside of there, what we could go to, you know? It almost kind of gives me Made in Abyss vibes, if I'm being completely honest. Almost does. I have done trials for so fucking long. And it feels awesome to be back up here again. Weird, but awesome. Feels like the only people that go flawless these days are either people who are, again, sweating or trying their absolute damnedest to get into the game, or people who are basically just going into lobbies and killing ghosts, robots, disguised as people for free wins. And that's essentially what we just did. It was a ghost lobby. And I hate the fact that that's kind of how it comes down to games sometimes. You either A, have to be some of the best players, or you have to have some of the best guns, or some of the best skill. Or sometimes you just have to go up against robots and ghost lobbies and do all that stuff just to get something that should not be this difficult to get. But hey, Destiny's been a broken game for some time. I remember back in Season of the Worthy when fucking Hard Light was such the meta, it was literally everywhere. Couldn't go a couple games without dealing with Hard Light. I remember one time Bungie was told about what a ghost lobby was, and one of the producers or executives or whatever got curious, and they trials reported like all of the trials players for that weekend, and they found over half the population had not fired a single bullet, or over half of them had not actually done anything. They had not killed anything. They had like irregular games. And it made them realize, like, oh my god, our game mode's being exploited for people to get cheap, easy wins. And that's when they was just like, oh no, we need to stop this from happening. And I sat there just like, mates, y'all tried banning ghost lobbies, but y'all never thought to question why ghost lobbies are appearing in your fucking game. That's kind of saying something. It's saying something about how your game is, to the point that people would rather just go into empty lobbies and shoot at empty bodies just to get to flawless, just to get free rewards. This is all for free, and people are paying for it sometimes just because they're sick and tired of failing that much. And that sucks. But yeah. Sometimes you need to embrace the suck. But now that I'm flawless, I guess I'm going to wear some of my flawless gear in the next couple videos. I will be making more videos in the nearby future. I'll explain that I'll explain why I've been kind of detached as of late in a video I'll be making soon. I don't want to explain that here because I just want this to be about the Lighthouse and trials and such. But I do want to see what the glow looks like on other armor sets. Because I've had these armor sets for forever, and do you understand how common I see these full armor sets with full glow on them? Because it's not common. I rarely see Titans wear a full glowing Trials armor set. A cloak, a helmet, maybe. Arms, chest please, maybe. The full thing? No. None. Nada. Never. And I gotta admit, that looks fucking beautiful. Especially that helmet. This reminds me, a friend of mine, a long time ago, old friend, I don't talk to this person anymore. A friend of mine and I had started complaining about trials because we thought to ourselves, like, the loot's cool, the loot's great, we love the loot and armor and such. But we thought to ourselves and made ourselves realize, why not make the glows an ornament? Like, you have to go flawless to get the glow as an ornament. And then we thought to ourselves, like, at least give us the dim version of it. Because technically, the glow lasts for a total of 2 weeks. The first week when you actually go flawless, the second week it'll dim down to like a somewhat dim. And then by the third week it'll be gone. And I sat there, it's like, I don't mind getting that or not. I don't mind getting the glow, or at least a dimly lit glow. But I still sat there, it's like, but come on. Gotta give us something. You gotta give us some sort of reasoning to sit here and think to ourselves, clearly, obviously, yes, we gotta give them some glow. Because yes, they've added more rewards over the span of the years. Because at first the rewards was 3 wins, 5 wins, 7 wins, and it was just armor and weapons. That was random chance every week. And if you didn't like the armor or weapons, then you didn't have to play trials that week. But that's when they started increasing the loot and armor and such. That's when they started adding in things like the ghost shells and such. Oh, this ghost shell does glow. Oh, that's beautiful. I did not know that. Since I'm glowing, does that mean I can technically preview? It should technically mean that. Yes. So in Memoriam shell, this is the one I own. So if we go all the way down to the lantern shell. I don't think the lantern shell glows. Okay, well, we'll go back up and figure something else out, I guess. But yeah. What was I talking about? I was talking about something. Something that felt important. At least to me. Oh, that's beautiful. Is it wrong that I kind of just want this ship and I'd be like, okay, never touching Trials again. Sorry, Saint. Bye, Saint. Bye. Love you. That's a pretty glow. I can't argue. The entire ship just glows at that point. The entire ship is just going. Oh, that's right. A friend and I were complaining that we wanted at least the just the glowing for an ornaments, and that's when we realized because that was technically the only real reward for going flawless at that point. Because they had allowed people to basically say, "Oh yeah, now you don't have to go flawless, but now you could technically speaking just oh, you know, now you could just like go for the three win rewards and just get the rewards." And I sat there, it's like, well, if the armor and guns are practically being handed out, then what's the real purpose of going flawless? What's the purpose of going flawless if the rewards for going flawless are the same rewards as just playing the activity? That's when I kind of just sat there and thought to myself, what the hell? Oh, so the gold glows. I kind of like that, actually. That's neat. That's really neat. Actually, I forgot about the sparrows. Gotta inspect the sparrows. Sparrows are some of the prettiest things here. Like Survivor's Journey. This one's pretty. Oh, that is beautiful indeed. That is downright beautiful. That is lovely. But yeah. A friend of mine and I just kind of questioned, well, what are they going to do? Because if the rewards are the weapons and the armor, then what's the purpose of going flawless when the flawless rewards are the same thing as the regular rewards? And then they added in the adept weapons, and it was like, okay, they have adept weapons. Then they added in the mementos come Witch Queen. I was like, oh, okay, they have mementos now. That's actually really cool. Then they added in new emblems. Then they added in a shader. I was like, okay, this is all quite wonderful. You've given us more reason to come in, but once we've acquired these things, what's going to keep us coming back? And that's when they added in their new adept system, where it's like, well, technically you can get the adept weapon, where it'll have specific stats and specific things, but it won't have a guaranteed roll. I was like, oh, it won't have a guaranteed roll. Why? Well, simple. If it had a guaranteed roll like it did back in Destiny 1, then you'd just be able to acquire it once and call it a fucking year. You could leave. You could die. You could go away. It'd be an exotic that you could just re-grab from your pulse. We don't want to do that again. We want this something that people would be like, ah, I have to come back for this. And I sat there and thought to myself, now you're talking. Now you're making a good argument. I like that argument. Is it weird? I like this armor set a lot, but I also don't. Like, I'm not saying it's my favorite, not by a long shot. If there's any Trials armor that is my favorite, without a question of the doubt, it is hands down the Year 1 armor set. This was the D1 armor that they brought back in. This one is sleek, and I absolutely love its design. 110%. This is beautiful to me. And I will, in every way, shape, and or form, stand by that statement. I did not earn any of this. But this is a gift of a sort. And I'm very happy to say I at least have it. Never saw what the other armor sets looked like with this red shader on. Or the red lighting. I know it technically doesn't matter. It's just a change in color, but again, I've only had the lighting once. I wonder what the bear armor looks like. The fur glows, so that's where I'm sitting there really confused, like, ooh. Oh. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, you just see a bear start glowing blood red, and you just look over at your friend, James. The bear's coming for us. Don't worry, it's fine. No, 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 James, you don't understand. It's glowing. The bear is glowing. Is what? The bear is glowing, James. Oh, and even the... Oh, that's even lovely. That's amazing. And I got this igneous hammer. Oh, all fun. Where's my summoner? Even my summoner's glowing. I haven't seen this thing glow in forever. Well then. I guess I'll figure out which one of those lovely Trials armors I'll be wearing in the nearby future. Until then, I guess I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy my lighthouse. Just a little bit longer. Actually, I dare say we should enjoy this with Saint. Saint, speak your incredible words.
You did not ascend alone, friend. Remember your fire team. Remember how they stood by you.
Alright. I think that's enough for today. That is all for this time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the Lighthouse, and I hope this at least helps out for some people who have never been here before. We might not ever reach the Lighthouse, but it's nice to feel like we did at least one point in our lives. In Destiny 2. In general. But yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you Legendary players in the next one. Bye-bye.